just pointing my thumb in the direction of the current. At every point along the loop, it's all going to go into the board. So, well, below the wire into the board.
Okay, so you used the simplified right-hand rule and said for every point, doesn't matter how my thumb curls, it's always pointing into the board. Okay? All right. Any other questions about that one? We had a consensus. Yeah, Nolan?
When I first started doing this problem, I was a little mistaken and thought, what would be the magnetic force on the positive point charge at P? So I kind of solved it that way, and it looks like the P would have like an equal magnetic force in a semicircular pattern around it.
So what do other people think? If we put a charge at point P, would there be a force on it, a magnetic force?
It needs velocity, right?
Mm-hmm. It needs velocity. Yeah, so this equation, this term will go to 0. So, but that's a good point, because we can remember that we need velocity if we had a point charge there. That would actually make a good modification of this problem for the test. Just throw a point charge in there. What would the magnetic force on that point be?
There is velocity. The current is flowing.
But if we're talking about the charge here for this equation, so the current creates the B field. But just like the last problem, once that B field's there, we can ignore the wire itself. To figure out the force on that charge, the charge itself has to have velocity.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I actually really like that modification. I think I need to make a note. I haven't used that one before. What's that? What's the answer? Tell me, what would the answer be? Right? There's no spoon? I'll just put it at the top of our sign-in sheet. Okay. Yeah.
Can you show the proof this with the other right-hand rule, not the one that curls, but the one we have your fingers pointing up?
We wouldn't even need to bust this out, because we look at this equation, and if your velocity is 0, then you don't. Oh, sorry. You wouldn't have your index finger. That was completely unintentional. I'm sorry. Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to use right-hand rule because there's no V term. So,
Okay.
yeah. And we can all remember that as our reminders. You end up flipping the bird at someone and you don't want to do that. Okay. All right. Let's, Chris, can you just stop and restart the video just so we have like a nice cap of that section? People can